You're welcome to Nka, only on Afia TV, broadcasting live from the most beautiful part of Nigeria. I'm talking about Enugu, Nigeria, on DSTV 254, GoTV 17, and Free TV 748. I am Jumai Balama Ashebu. Well, on Mondays, I like to pretend I'm happy to be here once again. The weekend was long, had a lot of stuff to do with work, so I guess I just have to pretend. I'm happy to be here once again. When it gets to Friday, towards Friday, that's my best time. And I think this week's Friday is Valentine's. So there's so much to celebrate, there's so much to appreciate. And I was just saying behind the scene, talking to my colleagues, saying there are actually people looking forward to this Valentine. I wish I were one of them, but I would like to know if you're one of those people. And if you're just joining us on Nkaf for the very first time, thank you for opening your homes and your heart to us. Nkaf simply means art in Igbo. And what we do here is we have amazing conversations with lovely, lovely people who are here to entertain, inspire, and of course, motivate you into the best version of yourself that you can definitely be in the year 2025. I do have a very beautiful guest. She was walking in out, just looking at her, I was like, wow, God when. Anyways, you say hi in just a bit, but don't go anywhere. Nka, we'll be right back. Nka only on Afia TV. And yes, it's about to be an exciting night because we have a lot to unravel tonight. We have the pleasure of speaking with a remarkable young lady who has seamlessly blended beauty, intelligence, and ambition from making her debut in the world of pageantry in 2017 to earning multiple titles and, of course, doing what she knows how to do best. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me in welcoming Ikpeama Adaora Gabriella to the studio tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So I think one of the first questions will be, how did you get into modeling? How did you get into pageantry? But right before that, I want to have a background of where you're coming from, where you did grow up, schools you attended, and how it led you to pageantry.
Okay. I grew up in River State, Port Harcourt, to be precise. Yeah.
How's the experience?
My parents were a little bit strict, so we're more of inside, but with time,
Very protective.
Yeah, but I won't blame them. It shaped me into the woman I am today.
So when you say we, how many of you guys?
We are three.
Oh, are you
the
first?
first? Yes.
Ah, there you go. Got it.
It shaped us. It shaped me personally. My first school was Blue Tulips International School.
That's an interesting name.
Did
you guys ever ask why your school was named Beauty Lips?
I don't know. It was owned by a white lady.
Got it. I understand now why why the name is Beauty Lips. So go ahead.
And my primary school was Suna Comprehensive School, still in Port Harcourt. And I went to secondary school. My Just 1 to Just 3 was Our Lady of Fatima College. My SS1 to SS3 was Butterstone International School. Please don't ask me why it was named Butterstone.
I was thinking about it.
I still can't figure it. Still don't have an answer.
You went to school with interesting names. Now that you think about it.
Actually, I think why the names were so unique and the students were unique as well. So the name, the students were all unique, basically.
What would you say you enjoyed most about growing up in Port Harcourt?
Bole. The lifestyle, the food, but Bole especially from Elekaya. Anybody from Port Harcourt should quote me on that.
Let's delve into Bole conversation now. What is so special about that Bole as compared to the Bole we have in Enugu and other parts? What would you say makes it unique?
Just as we say,
because plantain is plantain, and when you put it on fire, it's roasted, and it becomes bole. So what makes it different?
Just as we have abacha. Abacha is our signature dish. Bole is Port Harcourt's signature dish, so that's why it's special. Yeah,
not the taste, not the flavor, not
the flavor. You can't tell an Enugu person to make bole, Port Harcourt bole for you. and they'll do it exactly how Port Harcourt people do it. You can't tell a Port Harcourt person to do abacha for you,
Well,
and it will give you.
your argument is valid. Your argument is valid, but it's just sometimes I ask the question. Maybe because I didn't grow up there. When they talk about bole, but I get because I grew up in Cross River State, and there is no place on this earth and beyond that can make afang, edikai kong. Apart from Akwa Ibom, yeah, which comes close, but Calabar is I've not had like afang there, afang soup. Oof, now that I think about it, so I definitely agree with you. So right after that, uni.
I went to Godfrey Okoye University in Uguye.
Interesting. So how was the experience in uni?
At first,
what did you study, by the way?
I studied international relations.
Why?
That's a very interesting question. Well, initially, I wanted to go into arts, fine arts. Yes.
You draw?
Yes, I do. I do. I wanted to go into fine arts. Then my mom was against it. I love you. I love you. I know you're watching. I love you. But she was so against it. And I was like, you know what? She reported me to my vice principal. She reported me to her friends, her colleagues. And she had this particular colleague that was into fine art as well and did international relations. And he convinced me that, if you study international relations, to give you the stepping stone you need to go to different countries to see different arts, since you're into art as well. Well, yeah, I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's do this. And I'm grateful I actually did it, because I learned a lot of things that I didn't think that I would be able to learn when it comes to arts, when it's in fine arts. I don't think I would have learned it. The different histories, politics. It's really an interesting course to do.
So did you struggle with languages? Because I've had friends who have studied international relations talk to us about what they went through studying French, German.
Yes, I had a bit of struggle with German. I had a bit of struggle with German, but French has always been a part of us. Primary, secondary school, down to uni.
I think you had good teachers.
And that, apart from that, my mom worked with Ale Francais, some of our colleagues.
There you go.
So she herself speaks French. So she was
Oh.
teaching us while we're also learning in school as well. So it was a bit easy when we have a mentor at home.
Well, I definitely envy you. I wish French came easy. Now I'm struggling with Duolingo for German. It gets easier every day.
I know you will with time. With time, German, it's. I actually wish we had more time, because we just did it for 2 semesters and we stopped. My French was 4 semesters and that, so I wish we had more time to learn German. And I really hope Godfrey Okoye actually look into it, because it's an investment and it's actually
got it. So now let's talk about how you got into pageantry. And was this a dream you've always nursed? Is this something you've always thought of? You know, growing up as kids, we nurse so many ideas, so many dreams, so many ambitions. And, you know, not everything comes into the limelight. Not everything that we dream about becomes a reality.
Sure.
So is this something you've always thought of, or something you stumbled upon?
Okay, I'll start with modeling. It was one fateful night. I was watching.
Sounds like a blockbuster.
Yes. I was watching Entertainment, and Paris Fashion Week was on. I saw the models. They were strutting the runway with the different designers, wearing different designers, and I was like, wow. From there, I started practicing catwalk. And this was in 2018. I started practicing catwalks at home. Just anytime I sit, I'm always watching Entertainment. After, especially keeping up with the Kardashians.
I knew you were going to say that. I was holding on to it, because that's how you watch E, and you don't get to watch it.
Because of I saw Kendall. she was one of my inspirations. I saw Kendall and I saw different models. We have the Hadid sisters, Bella and Gigi Hadid. I saw them. I was like, okay, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it as well. Then there, I started.
What's the first thing you did? Because you know why I asked this question? There are lots of people watching us tonight and they're just wondering, okay, so she went into modeling, but how did she do it? Did she just walk up to a photographer or an opportunity just presented itself?
An opportunity presented itself. Okay. Although someone especially encouraged me to go into it, and I was like, okay. And let's just say this person encouraged me on the my steps, through the journey and everything. There was someone at the other end waiting for me to come. So I met this person, and he owned an agency at the time. So he was a person that led me into the whole modeling industry. At first, it was difficult because I had my parents. My parents were against it. They're like, "Oh, I'm still young. Why do you want to?" I was still in secondary school. I was in SS1. So they're like, "You're still young. Why do you want to? You shouldn't do this." The whole stigma around the whole modeling thing. They didn't really want their daughter to. But I'm stubborn. I'm.
I know your mom. Shout out to you, mommy. Mommy's watching tonight. She's like, "Wow, you go on live television and you say this."
She was so against it.
You're determined.
Yeah, I was like, no. No matter what, I have to. I really want to. With time, they started being supportive. Then I went for my first pageant, Miss Pearl Nigeria, and then I got the award of Miss Photogenic. The
in 2017?
Yeah, in 2017.
Where?
Yeah. In Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Yeah, Miss Pearl Nigeria. It was my first national.
Did your parents attend?
My parents couldn't because my dad was out of the country. He was at work. My mom, she wasn't the type of person that go out at night, so she had to send her younger sister.
Ooh.
So she was there. She was the one that went with me. She came to represent the entire family. So
how did you feel the first time you got that?
I was very shy. I was very nervous. I broke down backstage. Honestly, it was
So wait, when you say broke down, take us through your experience.
Okay, so I haven't been. That was the first competition where I have to compete with tall, skinny girls, and I wasn't as slim as I am right now, so I had to compete with tall, skinny girls, and I was the youngest. Like I was in SS1, and we are talking of girls that are in uni. So I was like, okay, you know what? I got the first presentation came. We went on stage, finished it. I went backstage. I started crying. People were like asking, "What's up? What's up?" People didn't understand I was having stage fright. Like I was so anxious. Then I cleaned my tears with my makeup on. So they finished dapping the makeup, finished, then went back on stage. Second presentation. I think that was the talent. Then went back again.
What did you do for your talent presentation?
I sang. Yeah.
Let me guess. I'm going to guess what you did perform.
Okay.
I Believe the Children, Whitney Houston. A lot of people like singing that song. So what did you do?
John Legend. All of us. All of you. All of you.
Wow. Okay, that's nice.
So yeah, that was it. That was when they were crowning. I felt a bit sad, but at the end of the day, I still got the title. Yeah, I was the third runner-up. So I was even surprised that I was even giving that after the whole meltdown.
A lot of people went home empty-handed.
Yeah, they did. A lot of people did. So, but.
And it was your first outing.
First outing. So it was a stepping stone. It was something. Yeah, that was really. The journey continued. I came to Enugu one fateful November 2020. I went to ShopRite. I saw someone approached me. "Oh, we're having Miss Enugu beauty pageants, and we would love you to contest and all that." I turned to a friend. My friend was with me. I turned to my friend. I was like, "Do you think I should do this?" She was like, "Yeah." I got the form. She was the one that paid for the form. Prosper, anywhere you are, Thank you. She bought the form. I registered. I got home. I told my parents, see you. I'm registering for Miss Enugu. They're like, are you sure you can do this? Okay, let's give it a try. It's better to do it than not to do it
Of
at
course.
all. Let's see. So we did it. I became the first runner of Miss Enugu 2020. With that, then I went for MBGN, Most Beautiful Girl Nigeria in 2021. I was still the youngest. Like, I was the youngest contestant there. I saw a lot of beautiful girls, although I was a bit intimidated. So I was like, face it, brace it. Nothing. What is it? You've done it before. You can do it again. So we had the first audition. We got the second audition. Voila, I was given Plateau State to represent. I didn't expect to even get to the final stage.
Yeah, you look a little bit northern, so I don't blame them.
No, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I've northern, east,
Southern.
I'm still
yeah.
a Nigerian, so
Of course.
no matter what,
Of course.
we are still
Yeah.
bonded together. So after that, it's also MBJN gave me a sort of an exposure, and yeah, I started getting more modeling gigs, and it's also gave me how will I put it? I'm trying to get the proper word to use. I learned a lot from it. So I went ahead to contest for Miss Earth Nigeria in 2022. Where I represented Kogi State. Again. I represented Kogi State, and I came back home with 3 awards: 2 gold and a bronze. Best Afrocentric, best recycle wear, and best results wear. So it was still a eye opener, and also I'm also grateful to the fact that I even came to Enugu, because Enugu too has also shaped my modeling career as well. I've met a whole lot of people. I've met beautiful models as well. We learn and unlearn things. I learn from them as well too.
What would you say you enjoyed most about MBGN?
The camp activities.
So what did you guys do?
We woke up. Okay, this is my favorite part. Most times I wasn't really participating because of then I had a bit of health issue, but now I'm better. I had the morning cardio. We wake up by 4 a.m. in the
4
morning.
a.m.?
Yeah, wake up by 4 a.m. We do the exercise. Then my favorite part in the morning exercises, our chaperone will sit us down in a circle. We talk about our role model, our inspiration. Sometimes that was a safe space for us to be vulnerable. That was like there, no cameras, nothing. It is just us. We talk to each other, we communicate, we learn from everybody. So that was one of my favorite parts in the camp.
Did you enjoy the food?
Yes, I did. We're given 5-star
treatment.
Yes, exactly. So we're treated like queens, as we should.
Of course.
So I really did enjoy the camp.
And of course, networking also.
Yes. Well, the girls were so nice.
So, in all of the events, the different pageants that you have been a part of, which would you say is your favorite and why?
I'll say Miss Earth Nigeria.
Why?
Why? Because Miss Earth Nigeria, as the name states, you're showcasing Mother Nature. You're a protector of Earth, Mother Nature. So we had to showcase different outfits. We had Afrocentric, we had the recycle wear, we had the first dinner gown, we call it preliminary, the pre-judging. We have to show you different you see girls in different dinner gowns, different designers. Then we had a whole lot of activities before the main grand finale. So it was just beautiful, and we got to do some cleaning of the environment, planting, tree planting. So it made me go into the farm more often, made me understand nature. I had to study a whole lot about nature. So that was my favorite. But I think I'm still in the journey, so I think I'm still
Of
going to
course.
have more favorite. Like right now, I'm currently an aspirant, an aspiring contestant for Miss World Nigeria 2020 in 2025. So I think as time goes, I think I'll still have more favorites to come.
Fingers crossed. So, would you say your parents are on board now?
Yes, they are very. My parents are my biggest supporters. They are my backbones, and I really, really appreciate. There's no one. They might tell you today that they don't have, but surprise. They'll just surprise me. They're just like, oh, okay, you know what? Have this. You should have this. You should do this. You should.
Well, that's fantastic. But now, as much as we talk about the positives, what would you say is the downside to pageantry from your lens and from your experience with all you've experienced with the numerous pageants you were a part of?
The downside, from my own
From
experience,
your
I don't know. I
experience.
don't know about others, but
Yeah, from your experience.
I would say the financial aspect of it.
So
Uh,
now, sorry, in line with this financial aspect, I would like us to explore and expand it a little bit. I've heard people talk about having sponsors when they want to go for this event or when they want to contest at this event. I also see abroad where people look for sponsors. It might be female, it might be male, to just kind of like support the movement when they want to go into pageantry. Would you say in Nigeria we do not do such? It's out of pocket. Give me an insight into how people go for pageants and who bears the financial burden.
for me, I've had my family members, but extended family members, sponsor me. So I won't talk about others. So
Of
let me
course,
just focus on my own
definitely.
experience. Um, my parents have been my biggest sponsors so far. So I wouldn't really say anything, but it was quite difficult because most times I still have siblings. I still have siblings that where I think one is done with school now. So the one is still in school. So they were in school at the time. So basically, this one will come and tell you, oh, I need this, I need this. The other one will tell you, oh, I need this. The school still should pay for this, and I'm here and I'm telling them, oh, I need almost 300 to 400,000 for this particular costume. And so that was like the challenging part because you're not the only child. I'm not the only child, so I have to be considerate as well. So that's one of the
So it's pretty
downsides.
expensive to actually
Yeah,
get into most of these events,
yeah.
especially as it has to do with fashion, how you look, how you definitely
Because they
put.
are judging it. Pageant blogs. We have pageant blogs, so people are looking at you home and abroad. So they are judging the way you dress, the way you look, what you're wearing for today, and most times we stay in camp for 2 weeks max. So you have to have different looks for every day. Can't repeat the same. So then you have the grand finale. You have to have a different dinner gown from the pre-judging. Then we have a particular type of heel. We wear a platform heel, so you have to get that type of heel. It's compulsory. Some people don't use it, but it's a compulsory heel for us. So all those things are.
So in line with, trying to put your looks together, do you have like a fashion designer or you work with so many? How does that work?
I work with a stylist.
Okay.
So currently, I'm working with a stylist for this one I'm going for. But before, I had a stylist as well. So we just put him to think one or two things together. Yeah, basically.
Well, it does sound exciting. That is the world of pageantry. And we're not done yet. We still have more to unravel right after the break. Don't go anywhere, and Kat will be right back. Kat only on Afia TV. And of course, it's been an amazing time with the beautiful Adora, and just talking about our journey so far, her journey so far, and in the course of the conversation, our discussion, not our journey. But I mean, it's still a pleasure to have you right here with us. All right. It's important for us to do this. There's something we do on the show, and I'd like to see your reaction. Guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's showcase what we have in store for Adora tonight. What are you expecting?
No.
I mean, you can guess. You're free to guess.
I promise you I'm blank.
All right, guys. If you're ready, we're ready. So I think while they're trying to sort out what we do have in store for you, we'll definitely come back to that. But let's talk about the fact that right before I go into your experience with regards to cyber, okay, they're ready for us. Look at it. Why are you laughing? This is so beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, that was shot by Jeff Chinonso, by the way.
Amazing, amazing guy. Amazing guy. Amazing guy. You have another one. Amazing guy. Amazing guy. So nice. And most of these photos are from 2012, 2011.
And these are from, this was 2002. This is 2022.
Okay.
I think this is one of my favorite because we did that at Ezeagu Waterfall.
Oh, nice. This is giving MBGN.
No, I was just one, but I was just bored at home. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's do something.
Okay.
I did that myself.
This is lovely. It gives
And this is one of my favorites.
Bridgerton vibes. How far back is this photo?
This was just a few months ago.
This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
And this gives me Owambe vibes. Was it for a shoot or you had a wedding?
It was a very shoot as well.
So lovely.
Thank you.
It can give bridal, it can give Owambe, it gives a lot of things, Anyways, what we do with those photos is to give you a blast from the past and to remind you of how far you've come. So that's our way of telling you, we see you, girl.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing because we know the best is yet to come.
Thank you.
All right. Right before we delve into the fact that you have gone into cybersecurity, and one question a lot of people will be asking is, how do you balance pageantry with cybersecurity? Let's talk about the condition of models in the Southeast. I've had lots of models here, and some of the stories they've shared, really heartbreaking stuff. I'll share some. I've had a model here who has come to complain that one of the downsides to modeling in the Southeast, or one of the challenges he has faced, is the fact that sometimes you get to stay on set for a very long time, and sometimes they do not make provision for when models will stay, or where they would actually just pass the night. We talked about low wages. The way you did your hand, you're like, you talk about low wages as compared to other parts, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. So I'd like to get your feedback on what you think about the conditions, that models have to face as you have stayed in the Southeast for a while.
Well, the low wages is what we actually need to look into. Most times, people don't understand that modeling is art, and it's something that's showcase a brand. What a model will give you is what is you can't get it from a mannequin, so you have to pay the model the extra for the extra time, extra skill. Let's put it that way. Because that picture is going to be there for a very long time, and that person, a model is like a hanger. So you have to, how will I put it now? Okay, I'm wearing this dress now. It's from a particular brand, if a mannequin puts on this dress now, it wouldn't look as good as I'm putting it on.
Of course.
So if someone sees this on me, the person will be eager to buy the dress.
Mm.
If someone sees the dress on a mannequin,
50-50.
exactly. So that is what the whole concept of modeling is. People don't just get that. And models, we put in a whole lot of effort. So people are not just paying for our time, they are paying for the knowledge and skill. We are watching our weight, our food,
We'll come
our
back to that in just a
exercise.
little bit because you made mention earlier that you are not as slim as you are now. Then, so we'll definitely segue back to that conversation. But yeah.
You know, watching our weights. People, some of us go to the gym. Some of us take 10,000 steps every morning. Example, me. So the whole thing. Some people are on diets. So you're not just paying for, oh, take a picture, look pretty in the camera. No, you're paying for those things as well. It's just like you telling a photographer, oh, just come and this is not just picture. You're paying for the knowledge, you're paying for the skill, you're paying for the editing
Of course.
as well. You're paying for his time. So
you're sending a shout out to all the people who, try to mobilize models in the Southeast to do better.
yes.
And of course, pay models better.
Yes.
Do you want to call any names? You can send shout out to them tonight.
No.
You can W, Mr. W, Mr. N,
But Enugu vendors, please, brand owners, please, clothing brands, I beg you, just try, just add something, just small, please.
What about conditions when you work into the night? Have you ever experienced that?
No, I haven't. Personally, I haven't, but I've had a couple of colleagues that have, and they do complain. Most times they do invite me, and I hear the pay, and I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I really hope they it's not just not just brand owners, even artists, because some of my colleagues are video vixens as well. So they should try as much as possible to just increase it a little bit, because like I said, you're not just paying for the pose and the beauty, you're also paying for the skills and the time.
Got it. Now let's segue back to the conversation about weight. As a model, as a pageant girly, and because you did mention that you were not as slim as you are now, did you have to work to get this particular body shape? And let's know what you do to keep this fit.
Well, I did work to get this, but it's not 100% work, because I'll give some credit to my mom, because even when she was at my age, she was slim and a bit.
So genes, genetics.
So, but yeah, right now what I do is just mind my portions. Yeah, I do workouts at times, and have the timing of when to eat as well. That's what I do to maintain my body structure right now.
I think it still has to do with genes, because I've tried to maintain my portion. I've also tried to wash 10. I will not lie that I do 10,000 steps.
But one thing people shouldn't understand is that you won't have the same body structure with the Instagram girlies as well. You have to understand your body and know what works for you. You definitely struggle a bit. You definitely struggle with some certain meals, some certain things. Losing weight is not easy.
And you know the funny part? I'm going to use myself as an example. So I lose weight fast, I gain weight fast. So it's hard to maintain, the balance between not so much and not so little. But I mean, I still feel genes play a very huge role.
I mean, my dad himself too is a tall, skinny man.
I'm done. But now let's talk about how you balance pageantry and cybersecurity. I was very interested when I saw that, you went into cybersecurity. What inspired you to go into cybersecurity? And how have you been able to balance both?
I just got into cybersecurity exactly a year ago.
Okay.
So my dad was the one that inspired me he went to tech. He is a tech man too as well. So we're like, oh, let me add tech to my skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wanting to do digital marketing, but cybersecurity just got my attention. I like a bit of challenge. I was like, oh, cybersecurity is going to be a bit difficult, but let's do it. So I got into it. I went to a tech school in IIT, and my teacher, lecturer, mentor was quite. He's a blessing. So he took his time. Every step, every journey of it, he took his time to make sure that I understood it. And yeah, so cybersecurity isn't just it's not. It wasn't clashing with the whole modeling thing. It wasn't clashing with the whole pageantry thing because I had time for this and I had time for that. I had to I had managed my time and all that. Yeah.
So have you actively done anything in cybersecurity since you started?
Right now, to getting a job in any company, it's quite difficult. But I'm practicing on my own. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why right now I'm advocating for people to go into tech, especially teenagers. I call the advocates TIT, Teenage in Tech, so that they can start now to shape our leaders of tomorrow and promote innovation and tech literacy and tech savvy environments.
Of course, it's important to catch them young,
Yeah.
in line with doing this. Um, but now, with how far you've come, and of course your aspirations for the nearest future, as it concerns pageantry, as it concerns all you're doing, um, if you weren't into pageantry
Mm.
and you didn't go into cybersecurity, what do you see yourself doing?
Arts.
Hmm. So probably being an artist, having like shows at galleries, having art collectors get your work.
Yes, I actually thought of
And what kind of art?
abstract. I
Why abstract?
love abstract. It just presents me. I could just stay. When I was in secondary school, back to my days in secondary school, I could just stay, just do something. I'm lost in the thoughts. Like my
Do you
mind.
still draw?
Yeah, I do. I'm lost in the thoughts. I'm just with my pen, with my drawing book, nothing. I'm not listening to what. It was just a sensation. It was just
So you can
something.
escape with that.
Yes.
Hmm.
So I did it, and most people loved it. Some people wanted to buy. When I was in secondary school, my classmates wanted to buy the art. I was like, nah, I'm not selling because if I start now, I know that I want to, but I was like, nah, it's something I want to keep in my archive. But if I wasn't into modeling or cybersecurity or even international relations, I would have sticked to art.
You know, this reminds me of something I said I was going to do this year. While I'm digressing and while I'm drifting from it, I definitely still plan to go maybe much later in the year. I promised myself something that I was going to try to romanticize my life, enjoy the little things, and try new things. And one of which was pottery, and I don't know if I can draw to save my life, but I did a lot of sketching in high school. And there's a lady on Instagram that inspired me to want to try this. So, Kende Smith, media godmother, she's sewing like you.
Yeah.
So you see how her canvas, and she does like abstract work and paints and just. And when I watch her do it, it gives me so much joy. And I asked myself one question: will I derive as much joy as she's deriving from this? How would you feel seeing your work? For example, just doing it for your home to decorate your house and stuff. It's something that I've been playing with. And I think it's something I'd like to explore. So it's something you can definitely do,
Yeah,
in your free time.
I actually thought of using myself as an art, like taking different pictures of myself, different way, in a
that's
very
nice.
creative way, in a very artistic way.
And have like a collage of it on.
Exactly.
That's.
I have an art show.
You can still do that.
Yeah,
The possibilities are endless.
I was hoping that before the year ends, I was actually going to do that as
So, I
well.
mean, that's something you can definitely still do. You're rather talented, and I mean, the world is your oyster. Well, special thanks to your parents. They really did a good job, and looking forward to all that, the future holds.